My name is Povitnungsang Tiwakan, or everyone knows me as Shin. Right now I'm studying in master degree majoring in human-computer interaction. I become interested in this just because after working 3 years in the industry, I found that the processes we're using are not actually working properly. Whatever we're making, we only get a fraction of improvement from what we did before. So I'm trying to find a new process.
I'm Richa, so I am a UX researcher designer, as I like to call myself as. I have a background in interaction design and I'm currently majoring in human-computer interaction. My bachelor's is in interaction design from Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, India. And so I have learned a lot of technical skills there, but at a school that promotes creative learning. So when I was looking for schools in the States, I was looking for something that could nurture my creative skills as well as support my technical skills so that I could learn more.
In Thailand, user experience is basically non-existent. So my plan was to go back and establish that and introduce this new process, this new thing that I just learned back to my country. Even though it will be quite a push, but I think it will be fun.
Informatics and computing for me right now is very similar to what IUPUI stands for, making an impact. So anything in technology that's making an impact is informatics and computing. So that is future of where the evolution of technology is going on, and that's very much where most of the products are ending up, and this field has a scope, and this field is going to make an impact in people's lives. Okay, so this summer we interned in Pearson, the Indianapolis location, and we worked as user research interns, and we worked closely with the UX team there, and we had been doing a lot of usability tests and product testing. And we worked with users, like with our labs, and we got to use the infrastructure of the facility, and it was a pretty good experience. We learned a lot, and I hope we contributed a lot. We gave our 100% to it, and it was a pretty good time and a pretty good way to spend the summer, I think.
Okay. I think my highlight in the experience was it's so amazing to be able to work around such a great people, such a great team. So we are a very small team, but at the same time, what we are doing as a team is trying to influence the whole organization and change the way they develop software. So what they're doing is just a very little thing that we learn, like user testing, but they use it strategically to influence the whole organization, which is something that it's going to be very valuable for me to convince people in my industry to understand what we are doing. I learned 3 things from this internship. So the first thing is, how do I influence people? So you can't just go and say okay, this thing I'm doing is great. You have to believe it. You have to be able to show your own understanding in line with their value so that they will understand. The second thing is, so I'm planning to be making my own company, and the way that my boss hired people was not just by their skill, but always about their attitude and their personality. It's not just about having the best team, but it's also about having your own environment that you want to work in. And the last thing was something that our supervisor said at the end. If there was one advice that he could give us, he said that we should find a job with a soul. So that's very touching. And when he said soul, it's you have to work in something that you're passionate in. You have to work in something that maybe help people. So it's not just about getting money, but it's about living a life that you want to live.